Welcome, welcome everyone. We'd like to reconvene at 6:05. And there's no action taken in closed session. First item we have is student discipline, approval of expulsion, student number 2425002. Do we have a motion? Second. Second by Mr. Giles. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 4-0. And we'd like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Giles, will you read us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
You wouldn't mind standing with me? Ready, begin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. We're so pleased to see everyone here. And we're going to start off with the recognition for the most inspirational teacher essay contest winner.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bart Hoffman, Assistant Sup of Ed Services. And it's my pleasure to share with you tonight our inspirational teacher essay contest for 2025 in memory of Lynn Sheddick. A little bit about it. Lynn Sheddick was a teacher in Lancaster School District for 25 years. During that time, Lynn was an inspiration not only to her students, but also to the countless new teachers she mentored and colleagues who had the pleasure of working with her. When Lynn passed away, her family saw fit to suggest donations in her name be made to the former Lancaster Education Foundation. After receiving many such donations, the foundation worked with Lynn's family to come up with a fitting tribute to this wonderful, inspirational teacher. This is how the idea of inspirational teacher essay came about. Each year, the contest is open to all of our 8th graders throughout the district. This year, we received numerous entries from 4 schools selected as the best by their sites. A panel of judges read the essays and chose a winner from each participating site, as well as selecting the overall district winner. The panel included Lynn's husband and former Lancaster School District Assistant Superintendent, Jim Sheddick, Lynn's sister, Donna King McConaughey, and her husband, Blair McConaughey, along with retired Lancaster District teacher and Donna's sister-in-law, Trish Manduca, and current El Dorado coach, Melissa Blanchard, who taught with Lynn at Mariposa. Donna, Blair, and Melissa have joined us tonight, so if you wouldn't mind standing so we could give them some recognition. Everybody. Thank you for your dedication to this worthy event. The winner chosen from each site is going to receive a certificate of achievement, which looks like this, and a $25 gift card, and have their name added to their school's perpetual plaque that will stay at the site for years to come. I'm going to show you that. This year's site winners from the sites included Ray and Willie from Amagosa Creek Middle School, from New Vista Middle School, and Claudia Flores from Fulton and Ellsbury. Certificate and $25 gift card at their site later this week. And finally, here to share her most inspirational teacher essay with us is our grand prize winner, Angelica Gonzalez from Ms. Chavez's class at Linda Verde. The subject of her essay is her former teacher, Mr. Nishimoto, who is a retired teacher from us and is with us as well.
Hi, I'm Angelica Gonzalez, and I'm from Diverty. I'm in 8th grade, and today I would like to share with you guys my essay. Sometimes in life, the universe sends you a person that you didn't know would impact your life so much. And for me, that person was my 7th grade teacher, Mr. Nishimoto. In my 7th grade year, I had a teacher named Mr. Nishimoto who taught math and science. Mr. Nishimoto has inspired so many people, including myself. He never gave up on any of us, and he saw potential in me before I could even glimpse it myself. He always reminded me that I could do anything if I put my heart and mind to it. And with every smile, kind correction, and encouraging talk, he created something in me that I had never imagined would stick with me for the rest of my life. A quiet but loud confidence that I could do anything I dreamed to do. Mr. Nishimoto didn't just teach math and science. He taught me that the littlest things in life can sometimes matter. He always told me to believe in myself, even when times get rough, because at the end of the day, I need myself to conquer any problem. I remember so distinctly one day, I was ready to give up completely on math just because I didn't know how to solve a specific question. And Mr. Nishimoto said, Angelica, I don't think you realize how much potential you have. You just have to have strength and keep trying. I truly do believe in you, and I always will. And even though those were just words, they didn't mean anything to me because I knew that at the end of the day, I had someone rooting for me, and to this day, I feel like I still do. Those exact 30 words have shown me that no matter what I'm going through, I can overcome any problem with one thing. This thing isn't particularly bought in a store or made in a factory, but is made within your heart and the help of someone that makes you feel seen, heard, and most importantly, appreciated. Beyond the subject he taught, Mr. Nishimoto also taught me the importance of always including others and making people feel like they are valued. As he not only made me feel that way, he always made sure everyone he cared for, and even people he wasn't as close to, felt like they had a purpose to stand and live. Mr. Nishimoto was the type of teacher that made every student feel like they could not only do anything, but that they mattered. Right when you walked in his class, you felt a sense of acceptance and support. He would always celebrate each and every student's victories, no matter how small, and guided them through all their struggles. You could ask questions at any time, and he wouldn't ever judge you for not understanding something right away. As he knew every student learns at different paces. He knew how to explain things at everyone's capabilities and always offered support to whoever, even to the kids in different grades. To him, teaching wasn't just about lessons or grades. It was about building a beautiful community and where anyone felt supported and, most importantly, seen. Because of that, I've learned to always give someone a chance no matter their learning capacity or the way they work. Because at the end of the day, everyone needs someone to help them in situations where they may feel like they want to give up. And because of that small but huge action of Mr. Nishimoto, I too would like to make people feel wanted as he made me feel that way. Thank you.
Question great. So at this time, I'd like to ask your principal, Mrs. Rubalcaba, your language arts teacher, Mrs. Chavez, Mr. Nishimoto, come up and join us. And I'd also, the panel wouldn't mind, one of the members are here as well to come on up. That would be nice. So we could get some pictures. At the site, I'd like to thank you for your time and dedication to our Inspirational Teacher Contest. So I'd like to present you a couple things. First, Leslie. Site to site based on where the winning student essay is at. So you get to have that at your site for as long as you keep winning it, right? And also present Mrs. Chavez, you would take this, which both have Angelica Gonzalez's name engraved. This is the plaque that goes. And then finally, I'd like to present this certificate to Angelica and $300 of gift cards I think you did a wonderful job.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you very much and congratulations. That was a very inspirational speech and that's inspiring teachers everywhere. So thank you so much. Great job. Next, we have Employees of the Year.
All right, thank you. Tonight is the employee recognition night, and I would like to start out by just saying thank you to everybody who are about to call up and bring up here. It is no easy feat to be awarded the site or department employee of the year. I was doing a little math, and it actually changed my entire speech from about an hour ago. So I'm winging it. This is an absolute disaster of notes. But if you figure that a site has around 60 to 100 employees, and there's really one classified and one certificated from each site that's coming up here, those are some pretty tough odds, and it's hard to be selected, and it's an honor to be selected. So thank you for whatever you did, whether you've been doing something all year long and you're always there, or there was one moment where you had to give some kid, I'm like a great fire now, but whatever it is, you've done something wonderful to be here tonight. And that doesn't discount all the other people who are here, and they're probably every single person who works in education deserves to be the employee of the year in their own mind. I don't, but whatever. People know it's cheating stuff. Anyway, make sure I don't miss any points. So tonight, though, you're going to stand out among everybody else, and it's your year, and it's your time. So I ask you to just smile, accept the recognition, and also thank you to everybody's here as the support. I know it's late, and we're trying not to make this go too far in the evening because you've got great stuff to do. But without further ado, here's how this progress is going to work tonight. Administrators, when we call your name, please walk your employee up here, and then you can return. Employees, stand up here until we do everybody in your class. You can do your applause, but once everybody's up there, that's when we want to do the hooting and the hollering and the going crazy. Encourage that. So, Charles Coleman, the Director of Classified Personnel, is going to go through all of our classified employees of the year.
Stop from Alagosa Creek, Alicia Gonzalez. Designate Valerie Moreno. Can you come up and pick it up for me, Steve? For Discovery, Gloria Ramirez. District Office, Jennifer Borquez. El Dorado, Eddie Gonzalez. Endeavor Middle School, Lauren Zaragoza. Fulton and Osborne Academy, Sonia Hernandez. Jack Northrop, Tajah Brown. Joshua Sarah Tallman. Lava Claudia Montserrat Bustamante. Lincoln Junior. Now Powers.
Okay.
Mariposa Rosalba Javier. Thank you, Mr. Gall. Miller Joseph Perez. Monte Vista Lincoln Tracy Jr. Nancy Corey Josie Amato. Vista Middle School Jennifer Gonzalez. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Bayou Middle School Jasmine Rodriguez. Roberts Academy Amberlyn Head. Sierra Jesus Hernandez. Sunnydale Abby De Paula Rosa. Roz Jamal Hepburn. Westwind Lori Barrow. Please give them another round of applause. Superintendent.
We haven't announced our district winner yet. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Alicia, you get to stay while I say wonderful things about you up here. But give everybody else a big round of applause. Oh, gets to stand right there, front and center. Alicia hates being in front of everybody. And she does not like us talking about her so nicely, but I know, right? Alicia is available at a moment's notice. She is someone who enjoys helping others. She has a unique way of making everybody feel welcome. If anyone is looking for a smile, Alicia has it. She has been our ACMS cheerleading coach. She supports every dance, every award ceremony, every band concert, sporting event. She is there every single one of them. And there are a lot if you know middle school. She is our first point of contact to students and family and community members as they enter our campus. She's always willing to support and train others. There is never a day where she fails to come to work with a smile, a clear head, and an inspired approach to her job. She has a quick sense of humor and a positive attitude. Her contagious enthusiasm for her role and for life in general has a warming and lightening effect on those around her, immediately brightening up the experience of being at work and fostering a sense of camaraderie. So we thank you for everything you do for us at Amargosa, and we are very lucky to have you. Congratulations.
I appreciate that. All right, next I'd like to call up Beverly Shoemaker, Trish Wilson, Brian Hook, Krista Thompson to give some more awards, special categories.
My name is Trish Wilson. I'm the coordinator of mental health, and I'm presenting District School Counselor of the Year. The counselor chosen has unwavering dedication, compassion, and leadership that has made a profound impact on the lives of students. Her commitment to fostering a safe, inclusive, and supportive school environment truly exemplifies the heart of school counseling. It is with great pride that we honor Christina Ramirez from Sunnydale Elementary as Lancaster School District School Counselor of the Year.
Now for our school psychologist of the year. This year's recipient is deeply passionate about her work and is dedicated to the field and research, and has spent much of this past year supporting and uplifting our entire school psych team across the district. She finds true joy in mentoring our new psychologists, and it's been inspiring to watch how her guidance helps them grow into confident, competent, and compassionate professionals. Please join me in honoring this year's school psychologist of the year, Angie Saenz Valencia. Okay, now for our speech language pathologist of the year. Okay, for this year's speech language pathologist of the year, this individual is deeply committed to supporting our students with the most significant communication needs, especially those in our extensive needs classes. Her compassion, expertise, and mentorship of our recent SLP grads make her an invaluable part of our team and a true champion for the student voice. Unfortunately, she could not be here tonight, but please help me congratulating Bailey Cologne. Education Teacher of the Year. So it is my pleasure to recognize this year's Special Ed Itinerant Teacher of the Year. After years of serving as a general ed PE teacher, this year's recipient brought his passion and creativity to the world of adaptive PE, where he's made a lasting impact with his warm, collaborative approach and dedication to helping every student reach their goals in a fun, meaningful way. Please join me in honoring this year's recipient, Dave Wilson.
Brian Hook, I'm the coordinator of health services, and we're to recognize our school nurse of the year. She served multiple school sites over the years, including Joshua, Lincoln, Sunnydale, Desert View, Westwind, Endeavor, and Monte Vista. She's a passionate advocate for her students. She works tirelessly to support student health needs at after-school sites, and she quickly identifies student needs and works to provide meaningful solutions for the student. She's been an integral part of her school's attendance teams. She supports the process of identifying students missing school due to illness or health conditions, and then working to provide solutions to help these students succeed in school. She goes above and beyond to ensure that her students with chronic health conditions have their needs met. She's also worked to ensure that staff receive the health training they need to respond to student emergencies. And she ensures that her school sites know who has been trained. She continues to strive to improve the care that she provides and advocates for the work that school nurses do. I'd like to recognize Melissa Strong.
Good evening. I'm Krista Thompson. I'm the Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment, and it is my privilege to introduce this evening's instructional coach of the year. We have about a site coach and site instructional coach for all of our sites. We have district instructional coaches, and we have ed tech coaches as well. So I'm here to introduce tonight's winner of all of those coaches. I've had the privilege of working with this coach for the past 9 years, and in that time, she has consistently shown what it truly means to be a dependable, thoughtful, and high-impact instructional coach. She's not only incredibly knowledgeable, but also deeply caring, supportive, and endlessly positive, someone who uplifts everyone around her. She defines the model of what a great instructional coach is and should be. She leads with heart and expertise, and she's always there when teachers and teams need her most. Whether it's driving into curriculum, refining instructional strategies, or simply offering encouragement when it's needed. It is my absolute pleasure to introduce the District Instructional Coach of the Year, Ms. Stacy Acosta, for Lincoln Elementary.
All right, so it's time to hoot and holler, please. Okay, anyway, I'd now like to call up Todd Coleman, Director of Certificate Personnel, and Gina Whipple, TAL President for the teachers.
You guys hear me? All right, that's a good evening. Hey, I have the privilege and honor to announce this year's site Teachers of the Year, and then after which we'll announce the District Teacher of the Year. And again, I've got Gina Whipple here, TAL President. And if we're ready, here we go. From Amargosa Creek Middle School, let's congratulate Jonelle Williams. All right. From Desert View Elementary, Michaela Goffigan. That's Michelle. Okay. From Discovery Elementary, let's give it up for Tanae Starlson. From El Dorado Elementary, Lisa Mendoza. From Endeavor Middle School, Jennifer Greenwell. From Fulton and Alsbury Academy, Gwen Herod. From Jack Northrop Elementary, Michelle Hunter. From Joshua Elementary, Cynthia Hurst. From Lava, Beatrice De Vera. From Lincoln Elementary, Lisa Clee. From Linda Birdie Elementary, Sarah Lopez. From Mariposa, Natalia Cereza. From Miller Elementary, Sheila Barnes. From Monte Vista Elementary, Michaela Ellis. From Nancy Corey Elementary, Kathy Dennis Rice. From New Vista Middle School, Michelle Ramirez. From Paiute Middle School, Ingrid Zamora. From the Promise Academy, Jennifer Diaz. Can you guys make it any more quiet? I mean, all right, Sierra Elementary, let's give it up for Jennifer Riggs. All right, we're going to do the wave in a minute. Get some energy. Study Elementary, Sharia Phillips. All right, and from Westwind Elementary, Karen Rosales. All right, guys, on the count of three, I really want you guys to just do a big celebration, applause, everything for the 24-25 Teachers of the Year. The hundreds of teachers that work for Lancaster School District, and we wanted to say thank you very much for being such great representatives of our school district. Thank you. You guys can have a seat. All right, we got somebody in the hot seat, which you guys can see. If you guys all know, Karen just won the Westwind Teacher of the Year. And I have here with me Michelle White. She's going to say a few words about Karen real quick.
Good evening. I'm Michelle White, the principal of Westwind. Westwind is extremely proud to recognize Karen Rosales as our Teacher of the Year. With over 30 years of elementary school teaching at Westwind, Mrs. Rosales has left an indelible mark on the students she has served. Your impact extends far beyond academic lessons. You're shaping lives, building confidence, and inspiring futures. Your fellow educators have also benefited from your service and leadership. You embody the highest standards of teaching and excellence, and we are proud to recognize you as our Teacher of the Year. Thank you for your years of service, and we look forward to your continued encouragement and support of our students. It is for these reasons that we again congratulate Karen as Westwind's Teacher of the Year, as well as the Lancaster School District Teacher of the Year. This recognition is well-deserved, and we are so proud of you.
All right, so I don't have any speech for this one. I'm gonna now announce the Administrator of the Year, Kim Cochran. Kim, can you- Kim is the Director of Pupil Safety and I think last year, like, she doesn't travel 1,000 miles, like a million miles, but truly, Kim is the one here in our district that stomps out fires, calms people down, helps everybody when the going gets tough. Kim is there fixing everything. She's been an administrator for as long as I have. What are we on, like 15, 16? Is crazy. But she is well regarded by everybody in this district. And actually, this is her second year in a row as Administrator of the Year. So. She continues to phone, whatever I call her, it's 6:30 or, yeah, whatever. But yeah, thank you so much for everything you've done. You're helping every single person in this room and the students that are in our district. So I do have some stuff for you. You don't want to open the one that's wrapped in Christmas paper. You get home. Yeah, the Christmas present want to just look in our office soon. It'll be up. So that concludes our ceremony tonight. I want to say thank you once again to everybody who was recognized. I also want to say thank you to the family and the friends. Thank you to the board. And none of them are here, but the human resources team did a really knockout job providing all the cupcakes and the waters there in the back. You want to take a photo up for Employee of the Year. So thank you, everybody, and there you have it. Mr. Giles, accepting.
Thank you so much, everyone. And we appreciate all your service and everything you've done for our district. And we're going to take a short break. So please enjoy the cupcakes, enjoy the waters. And thank you so much for all your service. Okay, we're gonna move back into our board meeting. And we'll start out with informational items, enrollment report.
Steve, our enrollment as of Monday was total UTK students was 13,950. Early learning had 478 students for a total of 14,428. This represents a loss of 1 student from the last board meeting and a decline of 221 students from the same time period last year. Of that population, 1,168 identified as homeless, 345 as foster, and 708 students have one or both parents as a member of the armed forces.
Good, thank you, Dr. Freeze. Next, we have LCAP update with Dr. Goins.
All right, so first of all, I want to say thank you to the board for this opportunity to just lock this in. We're getting ready to start or finish off, I should say, the development of the LCAP, Local Control and Accountability Plan for the 25-26 school year. So this report is going to be based around is really going to be the last report that we're going to be doing. That's going to be looking backwards. So from here on out, we're going to be looking forward. So on the June 3rd board meeting we're going to be presenting the actual new LCAP. Well, not the new LCAP. We'll be presenting the LCAP moving into the 25-26 school year. Okay. So this presentation will provide a final update with the most recent information that we have in terms of the data that we've received. Currently talking about our work with youth troops, really explicating some of those particular pieces to make sure everything is in line with where we're moving forward and with some of the recommendations that our community has for us at this particular point. So looking into this, we're going to be providing a final update to the board regarding the progress of the first year of the 24-27 Local Control and Accountability Plan. I want to remind the board that last year we re-upped a brand new LCAP, put one to the board, you approved it, that basically provided a 3-goal set LCAP with another 2 goals for equity multiplier. The second piece is going to be to provide an overview of the themes of our partner engagement thus far. So you're going to see a little bit about what our partners, our educational partners have said about us and where we're moving and what they're seeing us to move into the next couple of years. So I'll remind the board that currently this is the end of the first year again. This is what the LCAP looks like in its totality. Our first 3 goals are not in a particular order. In fact, we did that on purpose because we realize that we really do need to be focusing on the whole child when we're talking about the educational system. So academics is definitely at the core of what we do, but we also have to make sure that equitable learning practices are involved so that we're providing our students with what they need, when they need, and how they need it to be able to be successful in the schools, in their schools, and their classrooms. And finally, that cannot happen without a safe and secure environment. It's a safe, secure, equitable environment, again, giving kids what they need in the schools, what they need in order to maintain the proper facilities that we have. This is important to me, specifically for our community to see, because I feel that sometimes, or I know that sometimes the first thing that I hear from families is that school, you don't listen, community or district, you don't listen. We do listen, actually, and we've actually acted upon almost every main theme that they've provided us with over the last three to 4 years. We've done that for years and years and years on end. We make sure that we're consistently paying attention to what our partners are saying. Partners being our teachers, partners being our classified employees, partners being our leadership, our other site leaders, our district leadership, and as well as our community members. It's very important that we're talking about this. So some of the pieces that I'd like to bring to light here is that we do have we've worked with inclusion. That's what they wanted. This has become something that we do consistently throughout our system. We were looking for more differentiated instruction. We turn differentiated instruction into something that we're doing on a consistent basis is training at our school sites. Increased resources, that's something that we have maintained throughout our school in terms of providing dual capacity to our families and have actually rolled family engagement into our LCAPs so that we were able to provide our families with strategies to support their kids at home. And to kind of highlight some other pieces, supporting teachers with data analysis, we've been able to focus on building PLCs through our LCAP. Student access to resources. Students have access to all relevant materials and tutoring needs that they could need. We're moving towards high dosage tutoring into the 25-26 school year. And again, continued arts. This was a big one this year, in which we've expanded the arts program significantly. And this year, many of you attended the LPAC just recently to see how big that was. Over 13,000. Well, I wouldn't say that. Maybe 10,000 families were actually showed up at some point in time at that particular place. So that's a big deal. We've done some great work and have increased arts training over time. So the benefit of this update is that we're very close to having already done most of the work with you in terms of actually providing you the data. So it's not going to be, this is not going to be a focus on data so much as it's going to be a focus on, well, it's going to be a little bit focus on data, but it's going to be a focus on what the data is saying and then what the themes are from a lot of that parent output that we're getting from. So I want to make sure that that's going to be what we're focusing on tonight. In order to get there, this is some of the work that we've done over the last couple of months, well, last year, and some change. I do take it back to March 2024 because that's when we really got our last major survey from Hanover. But with this, you're going to notice there's over 27 opportunities that we've provided educational partners to provide input into our plans, from our strategic leadership teams on into our small group strategic leadership teams, all into our family engagement pieces and town hall meetings and our DLAC meetings to be able to make sure that our families are getting some type of voice, or getting our families and our community are getting voices into this plan, as well as you all know, the Youth Truth Survey that we give annually to provide our parents with the opportunity to give us understanding of what's going on from their perspective, a holistic perspective. Another piece to this that we've added into this year was our equity multiplier schools. Well, actually, last year we started doing it, but this year we really ramped it up. We've got Joshua, Monte Vista, Lincoln, Paiute, Desert View, Sierra, Rise, and the Promise Academy. They're currently either equity multiplier or CSI schools. And those schools were all consulted individually with the principals to be able to support, understand what their needs are. They, in turn, are working with their school site councils to make sure that those needs are getting met. And then also, we completed the self-review, talking with our local special educational agency to be able to support us in what we're doing to making sure our plans are in line with what's going on at that level. So a couple things here, a little bit of data here that I wanted to make sure we pointed out. So, and I'm going to focus on a couple main areas, but I want to make sure we understand what the data is saying. This data is measured as a percentage of positive responses. For example, when we say 92% perceive higher expectations from teachers, or 92% perceive higher expectations from teachers, we are saying that 92% of our respondents responded positively on a scale, saying that they felt that their teachers had a positive and had high expectations of them. That meant that they scored on a scale from 1 to 5, either a 4 or a 5. So that is a pretty significant jump from where it was in the past. It went to 92% in the 24-25 school year from 84% in the previous 23-24 school year. So that was a big deal. Something to think about and some work that we're going to have to do moving forward. That's 66% from 80% perceiving that they are supported by their teachers is something that we may need to be able to figure out what kind of resources we need to provide students in that particular space to be able to build that up. And we also saw a huge gain from our families in their ability to understand that they believe that their schools foster shared goals, respect, and fairness and diversity. That's to 74% from 69%. So that's a significant gain as well. So we do have a positive look from our elementary schools as to what the perception is in our school. The middle schools, we have a positive perception from our students. This data suggests that there is a serious need for our middle schools to support and work with families to a deeper degree, specifically with decision making and giving families ability to get their voices heard. With our middle school staff, a high point is that we have increased our culture of shared vision, respect, and communication. So our staff is saying that we do provide the opportunity for visioning, and being able to build those pieces with the to build those pieces with site administration. And our middle school students are also saying that they're receiving support from their teachers as well. Again, the areas is more of that communication back to the families that this is happening, so that they can have the understanding that this is something that is a big deal to us and that we're making sure it's happening. So that just turns into that home. It seems to be the home to school communication piece. So this data right here is the most recent mid-year iReady data, and what I did was I compared it from 1 year to the next. So this is English language arts. In this particular perspective, and from this particular chart shows that we're about 1%. We have about a 1% gain in our English language arts from the mid-year last year. It's not a huge gain. That's something that shows that we have some more work to do here to speed that closure of gaps along. We need to be able to make that happen. We have 1% gain of students who have 1%. We're going to have a 1% gain in terms of the students who have moved from our 2 or more years below to that 1 year below. And we have a 1% loss in terms of those students who are at that position of 2 or more years or below in terms of their reading skills. In math, the data is very much the same, about 1% difference from 1 year to the next mid-year, at the mid-year time. So mathematics, we seem to be about in the same area with a 1% increase at mid-year for students at or above, and students dropping from the 2 or more grade levels below by about 1%. So it's about the same type of information. However, there are some bright points here, and I want to point these out because this is something that I think is huge, and I think we were celebrating this in our earlier meeting today, our earlier SAIL meeting or trainings this afternoon. So currently, or last year, we were at 36.2% chronically absent with a gain of with a decline of 5.7% last year. This year, we're looking to be around the 30% mark in terms of our chronically absent right now today. So that means chronically absent is defined as a student who is absent 10% or more of the year. So if we have 180 days of the school year, if they're absent 18 days, that makes them chronically absent. If you're absent 17 days, they are no longer chronically absent. So it's that 10% mark is that we're trying to keep them on. Our attendance rate actually that's not on this particular document is actually higher than it's been in the last couple of years, which means that we're starting to see that COVID rebound. The benefit to this is that this is considered a leading indicator that's going to support our language arts, our math, and our movement towards access towards our students doing better later on. This one is probably one of the, in my mind, one of the biggest ones of the portions of the leading indicators that we really are, that I'm focused around. In this particular area, 6.6%, we saw 6.6%, last year we saw 6.6% suspension rate with an increase of 0.1%. Currently, our rate of suspension, and this is when I say our rate of suspension, I mean a student who suspended once. So every student that's been suspended, not every suspension. We have a current suspension rate of 4.5%, and that was as of Friday when I walked out of the office, and at the end of the school day. So this was based on current enrollment. If this remains constant, we will experience a 2.1% decrease in our suspension rates, which will be a significant decrease in suspension for us. Currently, to date, we have 659 students who have been responsible for 1,097 suspensions in total throughout the district, with 21 schools. So all that being said, this data has been shared with all of our partners, and they have seen it, they have diagnosed it, they have played with it. I've had them do small group work with it, and this is what we've come up with. There needs to be a focus on empathy, equity, and engagement from all staff, classified, certificated, all the way through. That's something to work on. That was something coming from our town hall meetings. Proactive mental health supports. We feel like we're doing a pretty good job with the mental health supports at this point. We feel like we can ramp that up. Most people really appreciate that work that we're doing. Safe, fair, and inclusive practices. We've got that, I feel, in a very good space, and we've been focusing on that for the last couple of years, and we will continue to do so. Opportunities to lead along for the kids. So the kids having the opportunity to have a voice in their academics and in their lives. One of the kids, I actually did a focus group yesterday at Miller, and a week ago, I did one at Amargosa Creek Middle School, and the week before that, or last week was Endeavor Middle School, and the week before that was Amargosa Creek. I'm sitting there talking to these students. One of the beautiful things that they're saying is that we're having the opportunity to be able to say what we want, and we're getting it from our staff is listening to us. They like that. So that's something that is a big deal for our kids. They want that voice. They have that opportunity. They have those opportunities. And we have academic support and access, mastery-based advancement. The idea, this is something that our parents came up with, the idea of mastering skills and moving forward. And this is very much in line with the work that Ms. Thompson is doing right now with standards-based grading. So that's, as that rolls out, that's going to be something that's going to be super supportive for our families, and they're going to love being able to see that. That's one of the things they really want to see. Also, universal tutoring. This is going to turn into our high dosage tutoring that's coming in, and we also have tutors already in our system right now, and both the after school program and during the school program through our AVID program, through AVID as well. So we've done some good work in acquiring those. And then grading clarity. Obviously, with standards-based grading, parents want to make sure that they know how they're holding their kids accountable at home and what they're doing with their children. The last little bit here talks about classroom environment. Not going to lie, all parents, all of our families are in favor of small class sizes and prep courses in the summer prior to them having the opportunity for kids to come back to school. Parental involvement and accountability. The parents and the families were asking for more parental involvement and accountability for the parents in some of those areas. Positive parent engagement. They want more positive parent engagement. Language specific needs as well. And social, emotional, and mental health is again, not just for the kids, but also sometimes for the family as a whole. So some of that work too. So reaching that. And again, through Mr. Hume's department, student family services, that's something that we are actually focusing on working through. And then again, enrichment and motivation, reading lists for the breaks. They want their kids to do homework during summer and during those off times, Christmas or winter break, and during spring break as well. So at this particular point, this is where we are at in terms of our family engagement, in terms of the LCAP. We are getting ready to move into the actual building of the actual plan, and we'll be rolling that plan out to you on June 3rd. You'll be getting it in front of you on June 3rd to be able to look towards approval for the following board meeting, I believe on June 17th. Are there questions? It's hard to follow people getting awards. I'm going to tell you that, guys. It's not easy and it's not fair.
It's okay, we were told you were going to do it an hour and a half.
I'm going to give you that one.
Presentation, very much.
So no questions?
Very thorough as usual. Thank you very much. Next, we have individual action items, superintendent. Action of resolution 2024-536, closure of leadership academy.
So, yes, we don't take this lightly. The closure of one of our schools, the Leadership Academy, is very small, so the impact on the community is not great. However, we were really fortunate to be able to transfer many of the former students into our CUBS program at our various sites across the district, and that seems to be working out actually well at the time. And we're going to continue to provide support and resources for our CUBS program so that they can continue to have success with this group of our students. So they're asking for the board to officially close the Learning Academy and move on to the future of CUBS. Thank you.
Do we have a motion? Motion by Mr. Wynn. Second. And by Ms. Houston. Any comments or discussion?
I agree. Dr. Marietti is very hard to close leadership. Put a lot of effort into forming that, getting that started. And I'm sure he's still here, but yeah, very good. Closing it. Thank you for the those students
Yes, definitely has served its purpose over the years. I know it served a lot of students and their families, provide an alternative that helped those students get back into the mainstream education, and a lot of them went right back to their school sites. But I'm glad we're continuing that program. We're just putting it at the school sites already, so I think they'll have even more services they'll be able to have access to. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Okay, next we have individual action items business. Adoption of resolution 2024-2538, temporary transfers from the school rules fund maintained by the Los Angeles County Treasurer. We have a motion. Ms. Huesler, second by Mr. Wayne. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next, we have item B, adoption of resolution 2024-2539, temporary interfund cash borrowing. We have a motion by Mr. Wynn. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Next item 15, individual action items, human resources, approval of assistant principal.
Carla Tovar. Carla Tovar.
We have a motion by Mr. Wynn, by Ms. Huesler.
All right. Mrs. Tovar has been in education for 17 years in New York and California. This is her 9th year with the Lancaster School District, and she is presently the coordinator of assessment, integrated technology, and multilingual learners. She earned her Master's of Science in Education in a bilingual teaching extension from the City University of New York, Hunter College, and a Master of Education from UCLA Principalship Leadership Institute. She is proudly training for her 3rd half marathon. And then lastly, Carla enjoys new adventures with her husband, visiting photography exhibitions and listening to audiobooks. She's with us in the audience.
Welcome. And we'd like to have a vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations.
Buenas noches a todos. So I wanted to say thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm excited to continue being of service to Lancaster School District, and Verde is a really special place. I was lucky to be a teacher there for many years, and I'm really excited to soon return to continue supporting all the incredible students, staff, and families at the school. And I'm really excited to be working alongside Linda Verde's incredible principal, and to continue the amazing work that's happening there. And I also want to thank Cindy Queen, the director of AIM, for her supporting leadership in my current role. And my husband is here, members of the wonderful Elby family. And my family might be watching on YouTube. So thank you so much, and I look forward to a great school year.
Next, we have approval of expanded learning opportunities coordinator.
Karen Marquez.
Do I have a motion? By Ms. Huesler, second. Mr. Wynn. Any comments, discussion?
Mrs. Marquez has worked in education for 20 years. She started as an after-school team lead, promoted to an instructional assistant, and became a teacher at Discovery Elementary as a 2nd and 5th grade teacher. She has found great passion in supporting Discovery as a key component for after-school programs and assisting by being their administrative designee. Her educational accomplishments consist of 2 credentials and 2 master's degrees. She's a proud wife and mother of 4 amazing children. Karen is also passionate about the basketball program she developed with AV Hoop Arena, focusing on children with special needs. Her hobbies consist of quality time spent with family and friends, camping, snowboarding, and boating. And she's also with us in the audience.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Congratulations.
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. I look forward to working with Erie Robinson and all the children in the after-school program and expanded learning opportunities. Today, my husband joins me and our 4 children for this new accomplishment. Thank you again.
Next, we have approval of Coordinator of Special Education.
Nicole Hollingsworth.
I have a motion. By Mr. Wayne. Any discussion?
Certainly. Nicole has been a school psychologist in the Lancaster School District for 10 years. She currently supports Fulton and Osbury, as well as various schools around the district on special assignment. Nicole graduated summa cum laude with honors from California State University of Northridge with her master's in school psychology. Professionally, she is proud to support Lancaster School District and area SELPA through many different staff trainings, developing the manual for identifying students with learning disabilities with the patterns of strength and weakness model, that was a long one, supporting school psychologist interns, and her role in the creation and implementation of the district's alternative dispute resolution program this year. Nicole enjoys spending time with her family, painting, and camping, and she's with us in the audience.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I've been blessed to work for over 10 years now.
Just hold that thought 1 second. We're gonna vote real quick. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Welcome. And next item D, we have approval of principal.
Martine Herrera.
We have a motion. Ms. Huesler, second by Mr. Nguyen. Any discussion?
Well, currently the assistant principal at Discovery Elementary School, Mr. Herrera has had the privilege of serving in education for 27 years, first as a paraeducator, teacher, assistant principal, and principal. He is proud of his resilience to get back on his feet, even when setbacks knock him down and take the wind out of him. In his free time, Mr. Herrera enjoys casual hiking and watching his favorite sports teams, the Dodgers, Lakers, and Raiders.
And all in favor?
Even though you're a Dodger, still vote yes.
Motion carries 3-0. Welcome.
Honored, grateful for all the people that are involved in the selection process, trusting me with this important role. I'm looking forward to a learning environment at El Dorado Elementary. Families, teachers. Very great. Thank you.
Next, we have item E, approval of supervisor of operations.
Jason Ford.
We have a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Huesler, second. Mr. Wayne. Any discussion?
Jason started with the Lancaster School District 24 years ago as a substitute custodian and worked his way into the maintenance department, where he's been for the past 21 years. He worked his way up from custodian 1 to maintenance 3 to maintenance 4 to maintenance 5 to maintenance 6 lead. He is proud of his contributions and leadership on many remodel projects like creating Fulton and Osbury site, remodeling the Parkview Educational Complex, and most recently the Site 27 renovation, which has transformed it into a new facility and home for the maintenance and operations departments. When not at work, Jason enjoys camping with his family, visiting new places, and trying new things. Let's hear what else.
Vote, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Welcome.
Just like to.
Okay, with that, let's hear a great round of applause for all our new. And next we have individual action items, student and family services. Approval of agreement for Avid tutors with agents of change. Do we have a motion? We have a vote to pull it. We can pull that. We have a motion by Mr. Wayne to pull this item. Do we have a second? Usler. And that's for to move it to the next meeting. All in favor? Carries 3-0. Pull item 6. Next meeting. And that brings us to addressing the board. Any individuals who wish to address the board may complete a speaker card and present any supporting documents to his assistant or other district official prior to the start of the meeting. Personal information such as student, parent, guardian's name, address, phone number, date of birth, email, or other directory information is as defined at code 49061. May be excluded from the minutes of the meeting by submitting a written request to the superintendent. Board president shall recognize individuals who wish to speak. Individuals wishing to present testimony to the board concerning specific items on the agenda may do so once that item has been moved, seconded, and is on the floor for discussion. Time limits of 3 minutes per person and 20 minutes per item shall be allowed. Board bylaws 9322. Board members may ask questions for clarification purposes. However, no action may be taken and no discussion may take place on an item not on the posted agenda for the Brown Act. First, we have comments from PTA, CSEA, Cal. Any comments from the audience?
There are no cards or comments. Yeah.
That we're going on to item 18, consent agenda items, superintendent, items 18A to 18B. We have a motion by Ms. Usler, second by Mr. Wayne. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motions carry 3-0. Next, we have 19 consent agenda items, business items 19A, 19N. 19. Sleep hold. Do we have a motion? By Mr. Wing, second by Ms. Usler. Any discussion?
You recall, Mr. Wynn, there are 2 buildings here on the Parkview campus, just north of the TLA facility and south of room 16, 17, 18. Those are two of the older 1940s design buildings that were showing being seismically compromised, and they could no longer house people, period. So the plan has always been to demolish both, but we're going to take it one step at a time. So this is one of those two buildings.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried 3-0. Item 20, consent agenda items, educational services, items 20A to 20F. Mr. Nguyen, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion's carried 3-0. 21, consent agenda items, human resource services, items 21A or 21. Motion. Usler. Discussion. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried 3-0. Item 22, consent agenda items, student and family services, items 22A to 22B. Ms. Usler. By Mr. Nguyen.
Used to see dental hygiene practice in very small onto our campus. We've had them at our events. It's just nice to be able to do things for the community. This is one of those, along with Penny Lane, others that really speaks to us supporting our community.
Elaine has helped a lot with counseling a lot of the kids, and it's a huge asset for our community health and our schools. A lot of great organizations. With that, all in favor? Opposed? Motion's carried 3-0. Legislative and policy discussion. We're at second reading for some and first reading for others. Discussion. Moves us on to comments from the board and superintendent. Start with Ms. Usler.
I worked with Mr. Nishimoto early on in my career here in the Lancaster School District, and it was great to hear giving him such accolades. Wonderful person, wonderful teacher, and great award to be given. Congratulations to all employees who are recognized tonight. I know that they're just the sampling of the wonderful people that we have in the district, and it's great to see people come out and I want to really celebrate with them. I'll say congratulations to all of our new administrators. I have their names written down, but I saw that they all kind of left. I won't read their names, but thank you. And I think that they'll do a wonderful job. It looks like a great group of people. LCAP, thank you, Jordan. Again, wonderful presentation. It's good to hear about the Truth Survey. It's nice to hear what the community has to say, what the kids have to say, what staff has to say. And good to see that there are some areas where we're growing. And
Well, I echo a lot of what said, especially the new employees that we have, not employees, but the new special education. Um, Justin, congratulations. Hope you follow in your father's footsteps. It's all the others that voted. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Todd. Thank you, Charles. Bringing us some great employees. Definitely. For Teacher of the Year, Ms. Rosales. After the second round of applause to her because she is my grandson. She has done great. Moving on from fifth to sixth. Fortunately, not at Westman. I wish he could. Love to stay there. But he's moving on. So the others, Elika, for you. Better about my phone. My grandson has a baseball game tonight. I guess I'm going to see it. He did that on his phone, and I do not know how. He does not know. But after they hang up, his voice says, hello. And Brandon, maybe you can. But anyway, Brandon, back in the room, said, hello. Wish you the best. And I spoke to her, and she's doing well in St. Louis. So everyone that is part of this district, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wade. Maria?
I just want to acknowledge, like everyone else, and echo the celebration for all of our employees of the year. What a fantastic opportunity to recognize individuals that exemplify our professions across the district. I know you're absolutely right when we say that they represent the many individuals that do outstanding work with our community, our families, our facilities, our students throughout our district. So I also want to acknowledge that this week is Classified Appreciation Week in our district. So we will be spending the week celebrating all of our classified employees and all the wonderful work they do, from the classroom to the offices to our fields, our kitchens, and throughout our district. So I just want to acknowledge them this week and celebrate them too. So thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maria. And I'd like to repeat what everyone has said. Great celebration. I always love to see them walking up the aisle with the flowers. I think that's a neat part of our celebration. And I like the photo opportunity we have here at the back. I thought that was really cool. So they can celebrate that. Again, it's great to see all those teachers and staff and all the hard work they're putting in and for them to be celebrated. Thank you, Dr. Goins, for the LCAP update. It was neat to see our arts programs. I had a chance to go to one of the LPAC performances, and that was neat because I know we used to do that before with our fundraising. So it was neat to see that returning, and kids and families loved it. They just had so much fun with that. And glad to see attendances up and suspensions are down. And it was neat to see the input from all the different groups. And I'm glad that we're expanding our partners with our families. Also, it's neat to see the ideas for future, what we can do even more. And congratulations to all the new appointees. Need to see their enthusiasm and all the different positions. We look forward to working with them. Close to the end of the school year, so up to good work, everybody, and thank you so much. With that, we will adjourn at 7:50. Motion? Yes. Second by Mr. Wayne. All in favor?
Aye.
0. Well, good night, everybody.
Let's take some cupcakes and.